The city sirens screamed, a high, piercing wail that sliced through the growing darkness. A storm, monstrous and black, was rolling in from the horizon, swallowing the daylight whole. Lightning didn't just flash. It tore across the sky like jagged veins of fire, illuminating the chaos below for a split second before plunging everyone back into the gloom. Panic was a tangible thing in the air. People ran, a frantic scramble for shelter, for the safety of basements and sturdy buildings, all except one. His name was Leo, a young messenger, wiry and quick, but today the storm was quicker. He had one letter left in his satchel, its edges already dampening from the first heavy drops of rain. This wasn't just another piece of mail, another forgotten bill, or a friendly note. This was hope, sealed in a simple paper envelope. It was a promise of rescue for a family trapped on the far outskirts of the city, a place others had already written off. The rain began to fall in earnest, lashing his face like tiny whips. The wind, a furious, invisible giant, pushed against him, trying to force him back, to make him give up and find shelter like everyone else. But Leo just leaned into it, his jaw set, and kept running. His world narrowed to the slick pavement in front of him, to the rhythmic slap of his worn shoes against the ground. The city he knew was disappearing. Streets that were once familiar were now becoming shallow rivers, the murky water swirling with debris. Shop signs, once bright and welcoming, groaned under the strain before one tore loose, crashing to the ground with a deafening clang just behind him. Ancient trees, silent witnesses to generations, cracked and splintered, their branches reaching out like desperate hands. It was as if the world itself was coming undone. Water squelched in his shoes, and a deep, bone-chilling cold began to set in. He stumbled over a fallen bin, his knee hitting the concrete hard. Pain shot up his leg, sharp and white-hot. He gritted his teeth, pushed himself back up, and kept going. The letter, the family, that was all that mattered. He thought about the people in that house. Did they have children? Were they huddled together, listening to the storm rage, losing hope with every passing minute? The thought spurred him on, giving his tired legs a new surge of energy. He was no soldier, no knight in shining armor. He was just a boy with a satchel, but in that satchel he carried a future. He finally broke through the dense city blocks and onto the longer, more exposed road that led to the outskirts. Here, the wind was even more ferocious. It howled in his ears, a symphony of destruction. Debris flew through the air, leaves, branches, pieces of roofing. He had to shield his face with one arm, running half blind, trusting his memory of the road. His shoes, already old and battered, finally gave up. The soul of one ripped away, flapping uselessly. He kicked it off without breaking stride, the sharp gravel now cutting into his bare foot. But the pain was distant, a dull ache compared to the burning mission in his heart. His spirit, unlike his shoes, refused to tear. After what felt like an eternity, a small, solitary house appeared through the curtain of rain. It looked fragile, a tiny beacon of light against the overwhelming darkness. This was it. Relief, so powerful it almost buckled his knees, washed over him. He staggered up the short path, his legs feeling like lead. He banged on the door, his fists a weak, trembling drumbeat against the wood. The door creaked open, and a face etched with fear and worry peered out. Leo didn't have the strength for words. He pushed the drenched, crumpled letter into the man's hand. And then, his duty done, his body finally gave in to the exhaustion, the cold, and the pain. He collapsed onto the doorstep, the world fading to black. When Leo awoke, the storm had passed. Sunlight streamed through a window, and the air was clean and still. The family was there, their faces filled with a gratitude so profound it needed no words. The letter, he learned, contained the precise coordinates for an evacuation helicopter. Because he had reached them, the helicopter found them just as the floodwaters began to rise and lick at the foundations of their home. They had survived. They were safe. In the days that followed, as the city began to pick up the pieces, stories of the storm were told and retold. There were tales of great destruction, but also tales of great kindness, and among them, the story of the young messenger began to spread. People didn't remember Leo for his physical strength or his speed. They remembered him for his heart. They remembered the boy who ran into the storm when everyone else was running away from it. Because sometimes the bravest heroes aren't the ones with superpowers or impenetrable armor. Sometimes they are the ordinary ones who, faced with impossible odds, find the courage to just keep going, to keep running, to carry hope through the heart of the storm. Thank you so much for watching and sharing this story with me. If it touched your heart, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more content like this. It means the world to me. See you in the next one.